Okay, hi and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. It is my pleasure to kick off a webinar about the event management for nonprofits on Salesforce. So today we're going to talk about engaging with members, donors, volunteers, and students using Experience Cloud platform. So let me start with introducing my co-presenters. Today we have Alexey Yuzvyak, who is our events enterprise product owner. We have Anastasia Brudyuzha, who is our senior project manager. And I'm Stas Dunaev, I'm director of advanced communities. So before we jump into presentation, I want to welcome everyone to ask questions in the chat, as we're going to have a Q&A session at the end of the presentation. So please feel free, just ask questions. We will try to answer them at the end of the webinar. So let me briefly introduce our company. So we are Advanced Communities. We are Salesforce partner that specializes in Experience Cloud, which used to be known as Salesforce Community Cloud. And as a company, unlike most of Salesforce partners who try to do a bit of everything in Salesforce, we concentrate on one thing, and that is Experience Cloud, and we try to be best in it. So we have received multiple awards from Salesforce for some of our projects, and we have a lot of Experience Cloud apps on AppExchange. In fact, with over 50,000 installations of our apps, we are the biggest Experience Cloud component provider on AppExchange. So on this slide, you can see that we have some pretty big names that are installing and using our apps. And apart from the end users, pretty much every major Salesforce partner use our apps for their customers, including Salesforce engineers themselves. So now let's talk about nonprofits. It is a lot been said that we live in a fast-changing world, and the pace of these changes has dramatically increased in last 2 years with the pandemic. So that brings a lot of challenges for everyone, including nonprofits. People spend more time on their mobile, on internet, everything becomes digital. And there are so many products on the market for nonprofits, for managing donations, marketing, event management. And there are new channels like messaging apps, mobile push notifications. So it is hard to make sense of it all. However, there are new opportunities for nonprofits that come with digitalization. There are more opportunities for nonprofits to be more effective in what they do, more opportunities to better understand their members, students, volunteers, and donors, and more opportunities to offer them more value in engaging with them in new ways. So talking about engagement, I would like to move to events management. Events still remains one of the main ways of engaging with the donors, members, volunteers, and students. The importance of event management cannot be underestimated. And what we're seeing from our experience, pretty much all or most of the nonprofits that we work with, they do events in one way or the other. And we're seeing a lot of demand for quality event management system. And that is the reason why we have created EC Events Enterprise. And with that, I'm passing to Alexey, our product owner for EC Events Enterprise. Alexey, over to you.
Thanks, Stas, for the intro. Hi everyone, my name is Alexey. I'm product owner of AC Events Enterprise application at Advanced Communities. It is so cool to see familiar people on our webinar, so I'm glad to be here with you today. Thank you. As for event management, we have our very popular free event app on the App Exchange, and it gained over 6,000 downloads in less than 4 years. And now we decided to launch a brand new event enterprise application to cover most of the feature requests that we get. First of all, I should highlight that event enterprise application is 100% native for Salesforce, and that we use Salesforce Experience Cloud to display events. That means that not only keeping in Salesforce also information about the events and attendees, but also you can use all the power of Salesforce platform and the member data to personalize the experience. For example, different members can see different events based on their industries. Or, for example, they can see different event pricing based on their regions. That any customization, business process adjustments, and outcomes could be done inside the Salesforce in Experience Cloud environment. Next one, in the new normal world, we introduce support of the in-person, online, and hybrid events. We have built-in integration with Zoom as an org-wide account, or per user event hosting is supported out of the box. Hybrid events with YouTube, Vimeo, and other solutions are also supported. Further, you can monitor your event management KPI in live mode. So we provide a bundle of reports and Lightning dashboard for you. So you can keep an eye on your event metrics like revenues and donations, like new registrations, most popular events by type, packages, and many more. Surely you can adjust reports to create a new one or to meet your business logic. Also, we support any type of events, from single short meeting or webinar like we have today, or multi-day activity. Either large multi-track and multi-session conferences with different venues and speakers are also supported. Furthermore, with several clicks, you can create and use any types of event tickets to motivate your users to participation. Free with donation, paid packages. You can provide some time-limited sales, some group registration and group pricing, some early bird or last chance tickets, voucher discounts, and many more. Next one, you can easily promote your events with any marketing activity that you use. We support integration with Marketing Cloud or product solution. Also, some third-party solutions could be integrated to your marketing needs if you need it. We have out-of-the-box payment system integration, so you can collect donations and income for your events. It is already in the package. And I should also mention that any payment transaction data could be stored inside Salesforce. So there is no need to collect financial data from different sources that you use. Next one, you can use any custom questionnaires to get your info from your attendees. For example, like dietary preferences and restrictions, some COVID approvals, some disclaimers. Any questions could be implemented with a field set tool or custom Lightning screen flows. And next one, with this unique feature, you can allow creating own events to your active group of users. For example, students hosted campus activities, some volunteer sections, some partner events, and these events could be created directly from your Experience Cloud site. Actually, I could describe the mentioned features for hours, but we have time-limited webinar. So if you want to learn more, please type your questions in QA sections, or get in touch with us for a later personal demo. But now let's see how Event App works in real life. So, and how our non-profit clients use Event Management App in their activity. So it's your turn, Anastasia.
Thank you, Alexey. My name is Anastasia Bordyuzha, and I'm a senior manager at Advanced Community. I had a pleasure to work with a couple of big nonprofits, and today we will show you, based on the real case studies, how nonprofits apply our package AC Events Enterprise. And we will present you the results which Bond and Greenpeace UK managed to achieve. So our first example is Bond. Bond UK is a non-membership organization that serves as a network for other nonprofits working in the field of international development. This organization implements different types of events, such as events only for members, events for everyone, and trainings. Thereby, for this organization, it was important to separate the events by different zones. Zones give us flexibility. As you could see, there are different types of events for different audiences and also with different purposes. They all have different pages as well, but the package which they're using is still the same. It is AC Events Enterprise package. And now by looking at the training page, I will show you how the events can look like. So we are right now on the list of events page, and it has different views, two different views, list view and tile view. Also, the events are separated by different tabs for your convenience. We have tabs with upcoming events, with attending, past, and other. On the right, we can see the filters. These filters are totally customizable. It means that you can add any fields, so the user will search the information by which you think is more necessary for your organization. We also have the events calendar, which has monthly view, weekly view, and daily. Right now, I invite you to have a look at the detail page of the event. So as you can see, our detailed page of the event consists of the description, speakers, event registration block, and event attendees section. With our package, you're able to create different events tabs. And what is more important, you can adjust their visibility. On the current example, we see the tabs such as general data, program, facilitator, and prices. Based on the status of the participant, you're able to decide who will see what. For instance, you can say that the registered users will see all the tabs, and those who are interested in your event will see just the tab with the general data and with prices. By the way, about prices, Bond has different price bands. So they're applying different prices for different organizations. And with Advanced Communities Events Enterprise package, you can easily adjust them from the backend, just in a couple of clicks. Our next example is Greenpeace UK volunteering community. This community was launched before the pandemic. However, it didn't bring any challenges to Greenpeace UK because they were able to conduct all of their events virtually. Greenpeace UK has community-generated events. It means that any registered member of the community can create an event. And now I will show you the form of our events package. Apologizes, some technical issues. I guess I'm just logged out from the community. Just a second. Yes, I think we need 1 minute. Sorry for this.
In the meantime, I want to remind that we collecting questions. So feel free if you have any specific questions or general questions about the functionality. We would be happy to answer them. And while Nastya is pulling up the demo, I want to say that all these, both organizations, Bond and Greenpeace, they have these events on Experience Cloud platform, and events is just one part of the whole member portal or volunteer portal functionality. Along with events, for example, Bond, they advertise jobs on their website. Greenpeace has a directory of volunteers, so each volunteers can find each other using volunteer directories. They can find local activists, they can find local groups and local events. So it's really, it's becoming this part of this whole suite of things that you do with your constituents, members, volunteers, and events, just a part of it.
Yes, thank you a lot. So we can continue. And now I will present you the Create an Event form. It has 4 different stages. And as you can see, it consists from the general information, logo, location, and visibility stages. What is important to mention that this form is modifiable. So based on your needs, you can add the specific fields to the form. Moreover, thanks to our visibility section, you're able to decide who will see your event. Our package provides you with different access levels, and it has also integration with charter groups, which means that you're able to create publicly available events and also the events visible to particular group members. It is important to mention that since the launch of this volunteering community, Greenpeace UK managed to conduct more than 1,200 events, and about 7,500 people have shown interest to these events. So based on the examples which we just presented to you, you could see that events can be used by communities, by volunteering communities. And now I will show you actually how our events package looks from Salesforce internal. So we are located on the home page, and as you can see, we have different dashboards over here, and they provide us the metrics about the events. And as my colleague Alexei previously mentioned, these dashboards are customizable, so you can decide what information is important for you, and the dashboards will provide you the infographic. Now let's have a look at the AC events page. This list gives us an overview of all of the existing events in our system, and when we go to the we see the description of our event, as well as some of the configurations such as visibility of the event, type of the event, zone where it will be located, as well as we have the images on our right, and other important settings are located over here. We do have as well the related tab, which provides us information about the events package, which is in use. We can see who is attending our event or who is interested in it. Events tabs are also located over here. The tab with the event sessions and much more. Now I will hand it over to Alexei, who will tell you more about our features of the package and will tell you more about the roadmap of the project.
Thank you,
Alexei,
Anastasia.
over to you, please.
Thank you, Anastasia. It was really amazing content. Thank you. I should also mention that there are some other cool features of the event enterprise application, like customizable page layouts, for example. You've just seen real examples, and you could notice that page layouts were different, especially on list view. So we provide a bundle of Lightning components for a better experience. So you can easily adjust event list or detail pages as you wish. Also, we support printable tickets with QR codes for event attendees. And event controller at the check-in may scan QR code and see the attendee status and mark the visitors visited already. And I like its functionality very much. Another important point is guest registration. Of course, the best experience could be provided for logged-in users, like personalization, page variations, some targeted content, price levels, and many more. Nevertheless, guest registration can generate leads for your nonprofits. And you can allow your site users or site visitors to register for events even without being your community users. Later, you can interact with these leads and grow the number of your members. Let's talk a little more about our roadmap for our further development for enterprise, event enterprise. Yes, we are on the way to provide integration with FinDoc. FinDoc works tightly with nonprofit organizations. They provide payment capabilities for fundraising, donations, recurring subscriptions, and other tools, both in Europe and US. Also, we hope that in-person and cross-border events will return. So we plan to introduce some hotel booking capabilities shortly. We are now on designing stage. So if you have any requests about it, it's a perfect time to create some tailor-made solutions for you. But definitely we will introduce session feedback shortly. Event attendee will be able to rate session and speaker. With these feedbacks, you will be able to manage events in the best way and plan next events accordingly. And now I would like to hand over to Stas for starting the best part. It's a live Q&A session. Stas.
Thank you very much, Alexei. That's really cool roadmap, really exciting. So just before jumping into Q&A, the things that I mentioned before, that Experience Cloud comes with a lot of extras. So you can not only manage events, but there are lots of other things that you can do, such as collecting payments and donations, selling products with e-commerce shop, advertising jobs or volunteer opportunities, collecting feedback with surveys or ideas, and managing members, help them to collaborate, talk to each other, and do things together. So what actually one of the main goals is to get to that 360-degree view of your volunteer, of your member, of your donor. So you can see, when you look at the donor or member of your community, you can see which events they attended, how much donations they donated in, say, last year, which products they bought, which volunteer opportunities or jobs they applied, what kind of feedback you got from them. So you should really get that view along with information about the events on your Salesforce. So that that was the last slide. Now we're moving to questions and answers, and I can see there are already a few questions. So I'll start from the very first one. So someone is asking that we have built out a community with custom lighting components. Can we just add on your package, or will it need customization since we didn't build our community using Salesforce standard components? You have absolute flexibility. It doesn't matter what other things you have on your community. You can add single or multiple pages with the events. It doesn't matter if you have other custom lighting components. So I don't see why it would be a problem. Another question, is it possible to control access to ticket price levels based on a value in another custom object? You can control ticket price level based on some value in user or contact object. So you can, but you can propagate always from custom object into contact and then use that value. So it call it price band. So you can have different users having different price bands. So when they look at the event, they would see different prices. Do you have any recommendations for an integration to print event badges with QR codes? Actually, we natively support QR codes. We can enable QR codes. So when I apologize, I'm a bit under the weather. So when you buy a ticket, you get email confirming that you're attending this event, and it would also contain a link to your card with a QR code, which you can print out or just have it on your mobile. And when you get into the venue, there will be a person with a mobile phone that would scan your QR code, and that way you will track someone's attendance. You will see on Salesforce that this person actually attended, and it also helps to ensure that no one else would get in with the same QR code. Scheduling functionality, recurring event every Tuesday and Thursday for specific months, and skip a day such as holiday within that time frame. So the recurring events with scheduling is currently on our roadmap, and we're looking to do it in next couple of months. It's on top of our list. Couple of people asked about recurring events, so it's definitely on top of our list, and that's something we will provide support for. I think someone asked about waitlist. I can see it now. Waitlist functionality. Yes, we do have. I can see Alexei has replied already. We do have waitlist functionality, and so you can specify the number of people in waitlist. You can filter the people who are in waitlist and send them email or do something else. Another question, how can we track attendance of online events? So we have integration with Zoom, and when you have an online event, and you can use Zoom for that. We make a call to Zoom API and retrieve whoever is attended that event, and then we update Salesforce. So you can see how many people registered, and then how many people actually showed up connected to your event. So, okay, what is a license model? So our licensing is very simple. We do not restrict number of attendees. We do not restrict number of events that you can have. Our pricing is based on number of internal Salesforce users. So, and we don't count any member users or attendees. So if you have organization up to 100 internal users, you would be on a lowest tier. So, and you can have as many events as you like. If you want to schedule a multi-day event, can an individual select to attend specific days of that event and not the entire event? The short answer is yes, but it's it's a complex question. That's something we would need to discuss. If you can reach out after the webinar, we can discuss it with you. I think that's all the questions. Zoom, how can we use? There is another question about Zoom API. How can we use the app for creating webinars like today instead of only Zoom meetings? So right now it's Zoom calls that we supporting. Zoom webinars, it's a relatively new product, but we are looking to support Zoom webinars too. Right now, it's calls that we support. There is another.
I would like to add something. Yes, actually, we just created today's webinar was created and hosted on our org, and we used our event enterprise application. When you're registered, when you get into this community or this experience site and registered, it was all our application. And now, yes, we support creating meetings. You can create Zoom meetings from inside Salesforce and create with API in Zoom. And then you can manually move meeting to webinar, and all links for attendee remain the same. So short answer, some manual work for webinars should be applied, but actually we are on our roadmap. We have this integration functionality, and I don't think it's very difficult to implement, and so it will be done in several months or so. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Alexey. So it sounds like we kind of supported through some workaround. So that's, I think it's a good start. Another question I have about the mobile app. Because everything is on Experience Cloud, there is a great Salesforce product called Mobile Publisher that allows you to have your whole community in a mobile app. Everything, including events, would be in that app, and you don't need anything extra. You don't need to do any development. That app would be available both for Android and for Apple. What that does, that app, it has some benefits. So your members, they don't have to log in. The push notifications are supported. So that's kind of covered by Salesforce. You just need to pay a bit more for Salesforce Mobile Publisher license. There is a question about Pardot integration. So the way we are integrated with Pardot and Marketing Cloud, every event can have corresponding campaign, and basically everyone who registers for that event, they automatically become part of that campaign, and from that you can build your campaigns and target your attendees. This is how it works. I think that's all the questions that we had. Again, thank you very much, everyone, for attending this webinar. Tomorrow we're doing webinar for European time. So if you have friends in Europe, please invite them to our great webinar. So again, thank you very much. Please get in touch if you have any questions, if you're interested in our app. We will be sending out our presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and please feel free to get in touch.
Yes, and we have another question. Should be recording available and share with your colleagues? Yes, it will be, and we can share it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Have a great day, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thanks.